Welcome to Good Day Street Talk. Antwan Lewis reporting. Here's what we're working on today. A former military veteran tells us how he found strength after a life-changing injury during a training episode, and we'll explain what's going on with that in this new path that he's walking along. Coming up next, Jay Wheeler, a military veteran, actually had a life-changing situation, and he turned to a unique source to help him gain confidence as well as inspiration. You'll meet Jay and the source of this inspiration when we return. Jay Wheeler was injured during a military exercise while he was serving in the Army. Now, he found a unique source to help him adjust to this unexpected course that his life had taken. Jay is here to tell us that story, along with Muay Thai champion Chris Romulo and Tommy Morgan from the nonprofit organization Graybeards. Now, understand, let me get it right. You were in the Navy first, Jay.
Yes, sir.
And then was the events of 9/11 that you then went and rejoined the military, and you joined the Army then?
That's correct, sir.
And it was during a military exercise? What happened?
It was during a military training exercise, and basically the wind gust was between 13 and 18 knots. I hit a wind pocket at 250 feet, and my chute started to collapse, and at 50 feet I had absolutely nothing when I slammed to the ground.
You were paratrooping, or you jumping?
Yes, sir, jumping out of Blackhawks. I was a recon guy.
How did you adjust to this? You know, how old were you at the time, Jay, if I may ask?
I was probably in my 30s.
Your 30s?
Yeah.
So clearly you love your country, and this is why you went back. Just tell us how you processed it when you felt, when you knew your life had now changed.
I knew my life had changed, and I try to look at it as a positive thing. Since then, I've worked with kids with spinal bifida, teaching them about wheelchair sports, teaching about scuba diving, just everything you can do. You know, you can do the same thing as anybody else that's an able-bodied person.
You were in the studio for our first segment, which we were talking about suicide prevention and dealing with depression, anxiety. Did you run into any of that yourself, Jay?
Oh, most definitely. I almost committed suicide back in 2008. It was a very hard time, and 22 veterans a day commit suicide, one every 85 minutes. Staggering numbers. And it's very difficult to deal with. Even you can be the toughest, strongest guy out there, it's still gonna hit you and knock you down. You know, you still fight it every day.
How did you connect with Chris Romulo here?
When I came back to New York, I was looking for the toughest guy out there, the strongest guy, the guy that's going to push me the most, and everything came back to Chris.
So Chris, all right, tell me you're a Muay Thai champion, right?
Correct.
So
yes.
Explain to us what that is.
So Muay Thai is the national sport of Thailand, and I was blessed to come across this sport and learn about it in my early 20s. And I've been involved with the sport since the early 90s, and you know, I have a gym at Rockaway Beach with my wife where we have a Muay Thai program. And you know, Jay came to us, and you know, he called up and he said, you know, I want to train, and you know, my mission has always been to help people that want to better themselves. And I said, you know what, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So clearly, Jay, but now, when you were injured with your legs, there was some time before you had surgery for amputation, right? You had
Correct. It was actually 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah, and I'd go through different infections in my legs, and I've died 3 times in my life, and you know, I feel truly blessed, you know, to be here every day, every second. It's a gift, man.
So Chris's gym is in Far Rockaway, in that area part of Queens. So getting there, I imagine, is going to be a challenge. Is this where Tommy comes in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Tommy's with Graybeards. And what does Graybeards do, Tom?
We are a local nonprofit consisting of over 200 men located in the Rockaway Peninsula. We were formed after 9/11. There was a group of guys that played under the Graybeards, guys in their 40s, just a basketball league. After the terrorist attack, 9/11, Flight 587, the guys who were the original members of the group said we need to get together and try and make the community, you know, recover from, you know, what we went through.
Right.
And that's how we were formed 17 years ago.
So now your relationship, for those who are trying to put the pieces together here with Jay, is that you provide the transportation?
We do. We do, yes. One of our members, his wife is Regina. She's a member of our local parish. Sarah actually reached out to her and to see if the local parish could help out. Craig is her husband, is one of our members, said, you know, we can take this on. Reached out, one of our guys took over, and we volunteer 5 days a week. We take Jay back and forth to the gym, over to the VA. We've taken over to the VA a couple of times, and it's a good story.
So Jay, okay, now looking at Chris, this is some serious shape here. So I imagine this workout's pretty intense here. What does he get you doing? Look, he's blushing.
Yeah, you gotta see it. He's tough.
It's unbelievable. It's just amazing. It's just being around him is an inspiration for me. I've actually made my back stronger and my shoulders stronger, so I'll be able to walk better, and that's a huge step. You know, even be able to hold a woman's hand, or you know, be able to get independence to get stuff out in and out of your car. You know, I'll be able to do that with my prosthetics without any more help, and I know a lot to that to Chris and the Graybeards. You know.
Chris, what are some of the things that you, for Jay, that he's going through? Because his arms are huge, you know.
It's funny because Jay loves to box, and you know, I'm obviously a former professional champion, but I try to mix in the training of how a fighter would train. You know, obviously we strap 2 chairs together. I sit in the chair, I put on a belly pad, and Jay puts on the gloves, and we just, we simulate what a fight would be like, but nobody's technically getting hurt.
Right.
But, we're doing different things like flipping, tires, using sledgehammers, all the stuff that, I feel like would be, useful to Jay. I mean, we're not going to keep him in his chair and just have him do bicep curls. We're going to make him move, whether it's in the chair or out of the chair.
Jay, did you know what you were signing up for before you? Tommy and I are looking at each other like, Tom's like going, yeah, he's enjoying. Did you know what you were getting yourself into?
I didn't know it was going to be this tough and this exciting, and to be around Chris, and it's just been amazing. I love it, and I really appreciate everything you're doing for me, brother.
Thank you.
So how many days a week do you train?
We train 5 days a week right now.
5 days a week. All right, and now where is home for you? You said back to New York. Are you from here?
No, I'm actually from New Hampshire, but since with the Graybeards and the Wounded Warrior Project, I've been coming here for about 8 years straight. So I love New York, and I'm making Rockaway my home.
Okay, well, we're going to consider you a New Yorker here, so hold on. I'm going to come back to you in 1 second. Information for the Graybeards. What's your website, Tom?
www.thegraybeards.com.
And so you say, what, 40 and above is Graybeards?
We kind of tweaked our rules a little bit. We can let you in if you want.
No, I'm not ready yet. All right. And the gym, what's your website, Chris?
CROMPC.com.
And CROM is the name of the gym?
CROM Physical Culture, yes.
CROM, right?
Yes.
PC.com.
Yes.
You, sir, when do you get your prosthetics?
Actually, next week. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about it.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's great independence, and I'm just really excited about it.
Will his routine change once he gets the prosthetics? Will you then shift him to a different program, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to evolve as a person and be, upright and be more mobile, the workout's got to change as well. It's got to evolve. Yes, definitely.
Jay and the dog, but I want to make, because we love our dogs here, this is Justice. She's just making sure I behave,
yes.
Please tell us you'll come back and see us, or send us a video, of how you've.
Yes, sir.
Look at this grip. I got to use the prompter, man. I'll shake your 2 hands in just a moment.